89 Rádio Rock, eu sou a Giulia e eu tô aqui com o Marco Caviglia. How are you, Marco?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Thank you for being here, Marco. We were talking and you've been to Brazil a lot of times, but now you're with a solo project. How has it been so far?
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's to be in Brazil is always a great experience. You know, I am here now touring with the band, with Dire Straits Legacy, of course. It's always so great to bring this music on the road. You know, but as you told me, I have also a solo album out now, and I'm very happy about this. You know.
Yes, and how has it been the reception of the fans to this new project?
Yeah, very good. I have to say very good because it's a little bit. I had in mind this when in 2017. I had the first. We made an album with Dire Straits Legacy. We called just Legacy because of some issues we had, at that time. But anyway, I had a fantastic experience in the studio with Alan Clark, with Phil Palmer, with Trevor Horn. To me, to have this experience with my heroes in the studio. It was great. We decided at the time to write 2-3 songs each. And for me, when we were producing the song I wrote, was a little bit not really comfortable to me to give my song in the hands of another guy, And I was in the position not to say a word to Trevor Horn or Alan Clark or Phil Palmer because they are God in terms of music production, And so in that moment I decided, okay, I want to do something alone. And after I started writing some new songs during the COVID period, during the pandemic, and with no hurry, with no pressure. I had with me Primiano Di Biase. Primiano Di Biase is a fantastic and very talented keyboard player. He's the keyboard player of Dire Straits Legacy as well. And I wrote all the songs, but we produce all the songs together with Primiano. And we take our time, and here we are. I think it's a nice collection of nice songs to me,
Mm-hmm. And in this project, Black Rock City, is there a song that you face anything challenging, either producing or writing?
To me, it's Black Rock City. It's the city. Have you ever heard about the Burning Man Festival? You know this. Black Rock City is the name of the city of the festival. So they build these crazy guys build this city in the middle of the Nevada desert, close to the California, I think, area, and they have these 15 days of completely crazy moments, But it was really, how can you say? It was really strange to me to be in this kind of mood, the Burning Man Festival mood. And so the song, there is a song in the album, it's called The Burning Man. It's a song talking about this experience in the Burning Man Festival. To me, is the most strange song because it's a song with the very 80s sound, with a lot of keyboards, some guitar, and it's not really, you said to me, challenging, and maybe it's the most challenging song. To me, it's The Burning Man,
And you've talked about the difference between writing and producing a solo disco. And now about being on stage. What is the main difference between playing with the band and being there in your solo career?
Yeah, it's, talking about to be in the band, of course, I still continue, of course, to be with Dire Straits Legacy, to bring the music of Dire Straits all around the world, and it's a great honor to me to be in this position. Is a great also responsibility to be in this position, because it's not easy sometimes to be in Mark Knopfler's shoes, So it's of course, but I love to be in this position.
Okay.
The solo career, is more a kind of need I have from my soul, from my heart, to say something from me. When I play with Dire Straits Legacy, I sing the song of written by Mark Knopfler, of course, and trust me, all the Dire Straits songs are completely in my heart because I grew up with these songs, But it's a little bit different, because these are the song of my soul and my heart directly, directly from my soul and my heart, And, so it's two different kind of experience. Talking about the recording and the studio and the difference, there is not too much difference because all this album is recorded live with real musician, so there is no artificial intelligence. It's all is played by a real guy. And so it's there is no big deal, big difference, to be on stage or to play in a studio making an album, So. Okay.
And we were talking a little bit about the fans' reception off camera, but I wanted to ask you again about this. How has it been?
I have fan reaction about this. I was saying it's very good because it was a little bit unexpected, But I have a lot of feedback from the fan. Wow, it's a good music. Not really in the style of Dire Straits. We feel that there is a Marco personality in the songs, and this was making me very happy because it's very easy. You say, Marco Caviglia, okay, it's gonna be a kind of Dire Straits style music, and it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not okay. Of course, I play the guitar, so I play maybe sometimes the guitar playing can be related to this kind of music, to Dire Straits style, But the songs are really unique to me, and there is in all the songs my own style. That's the most important thing, And this job was made mainly with Primiano Di Base, my co-producer, and we did this job to try to avoid this connection, Okay, I don't want to be connected to Dire Straits music because it's too big. If we are gonna fight with Dire Straits music, we are gonna lose. So we made a great job to make this work unique. That's the thing.
And you've mentioned it, Primiano Di Biase collaboration in this project.
Yeah.
I want to know from you, what did he bring from this album?
Yeah, Primiano was my co-producer. I wrote all the songs. I arranged all the songs together with Primiano, and so it's a teamwork. Totally a teamwork. So we made all the arrangements together, and all the artistic decision made in the album together with Primiano. We trust each other. We have a good, very, very good relationship since I think we met each other in 1998, if I'm not wrong. So a long time, and so I'm very happy to to have this work, this album shared with him in terms of artistic decisions.
Now I have to ask you about the cruise. You were with us in the last edition of 89 Rock Boat.
Fantastic.
Do you have any memories?
Fantastic memories. I always, it's we did a lot of cruise with the band, mainly in US. Because the US has a great cruise market, and we did the 80s cruise, the 70s cruise, the 70s cruise, and so on. But the energy we felt in the 89 Rocky Bocce cruise was stunning, because of the Brazilian people. Brazilian people are passionate people. It's more like Italian. Italian and Brazilian are have the same roots, not the same blood, I would say. And so I was having always here in Brazil, and mainly in the cruise, a great energy, great passion, and fantastic memories, lovely memories. I want to be again there, It's fantastic.
That would be so nice.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah.
How would you describe this energy? Because as fans, we know the crowd part. We know we are loud and it's energetic. How does it feel to be like on stage?
It's a good question, this one, because you remember, with this band, it's all a live band, We play live everything. We don't have backing tracks. So every concert we do is completely different from the next one or from the previous one. Every concert is unique. So the energy of the people make a huge difference to the performance we make. It's always, I feel in heaven, when I feel the energy, the passion of the crowd. It's completely different. And I like to watch the people, to watch the faces of the people, to see the people in their eyes, It's a great energy coming from the audience, and I was telling you, Brazilian people, number one. I have to say, it's number one. It's like I was telling you, yes, it's great energy, absolutely.
And you're back here. What's your favorite part about being back here? Like, not only about the fans, but what do you like to do when you're here? Is there a place you like to visit?
Yeah, as I say, usually we don't have too much time to visit places, so most of the time the only places we visit is the venue of the show and our hotel. So we don't have too much time. But our local promoter, his name is Luciano Alves. It's a Bone Production. I think I can't remember. I think I'm correct. He always trying to gift us 3-4 days somewhere, and we spent a lovely time in Florianopolis, I would say.
A beautiful place.
Beautiful places with nice beach, and I think you call Floripa also.
Yes,
because
Floripa.
It's like the Brazilian Florida, I think, and so I have to say that Floripa is absolutely amazing. And I have to say, I love you also a lot, Porto Alegre, because it reminds me a little bit a European city. It's a little more like, I don't know, because it's a little bit like London. London is strange, unusual, let's say. But I don't know if it's the neighbor where we have the hotel or all the cities like this. But by the way, very much. I like Porto Alegre very much. São Paulo is very busy. I have to say, traffic is absolutely crazy. A little bit like crazy traffic also in Rio, as far as I remember. And by the way, Floripa is not bad. It's very good.
And in this process of producing Black Rock City, you've been to Rome, what else? Chicago and small independent studios.
Yeah. I have to say that 90% of the job was made in Rome, in a great studio. It's called Forward Studios in Grottaferrata. And what is this amazing studio, one of the best in the world. But we had also some crazy experience, because I can tell you this story, because at some point we decided to add a flute. Okay? So in the band, we were touring with Dire Straits Legacy in US. And of course, in the band, we have one of the greatest flute and saxophone player, that is Mel Collins. So we didn't have time to find a studio in Chicago, because we were in Chicago. And so we decided to record Mel Collins' flute in a hotel room. So we record the flute you are gonna hear in 2-3 songs is recorded in a hotel room in Chicago. Wow. We had the computer with us, with Primiano. We took some microphones from our technicians, from the tour, and we recorded Mel and it was fantastic and totally crazy experience. We had good fun, You had to see Mel Collins' face when you say, Mel, we need you to record in the album. Where are we going to record? In Primiano's hotel room. What? Crazy. Okay, but it's a nice story.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And on the 3-core trick album, you produced 3 songs.
Yeah.
Do you think this helped you find your own way of writing and producing to until this album?
Yeah, I was telling you, I was feel a little bit uncomfortable, because the song I wrote in 3-core trick were produced by Alan, Phil, and Trevor.
Yes.
So it was a little bit uncomfortable to me because they was taking decisions on my songs, and was a little bit, and was in that moment that I decided to, I want to do something by myself with no one putting hands on my songs. That's the thing. But anyway, it was a great experience, because to be in the studio 2 months with Alan Clark, Phil Palmer, Trevor Horn, it's an absolutely stunning experience. Because mainly with Trevor Horn, Trevor was producing most of the song of the 80s and 90s you hear today. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Seal, Simple Minds, The Buggles, Art of Noise, Paul McCartney was a producer. So he did everything, But, sometimes the artistic part is very tricky. It's very tricky, and when a song is part of you, from your soul, from your heart, and sometimes it's a little bit strange to have someone else putting hands on your thing, But it's always by the way, it's always a great and good experience.
Yes.
Also this.
And you had any external references in the process?
External reference, you're talking about, of course, I was, I grew up listening Dire Straits, Pink Floyd. Also an artist, a very, low-profile artist. Have you ever heard about David Sylvian?
No.
David Sylvian was the in the early 80s was the singer of a strange band, new age band called Japan. Then David Sylvian has a wonderful solo career, and to me make 4 or 5 fantastic records, and so was the music. I grew up with this music, so maybe it was inside my soul and my heart, but as I was telling you before, to me this work is really unique. Of course, you will find some influences, from some references from this kind of music, maybe Dire Straits, Pink Floyd, but I cannot. It's hard to me to put a category. I was saying, no category. I would say it's independent production with no category. On Apple Music, because you have to put a category, there is, I think, alternative indie music, kind of this, But
and you've said this album, this first solo album, represents you.
Absolutely.
Is there a song that feels the most personal to you?
There are a lot. Every song is a story. Every song is a story, and as I was saying, every song is I would say unique. And there are a couple of songs wrote, for a good friend of mine. They are not anymore with us. So very personal. Very personal feeling, but. The songs I like more, to me, are "Drifting Away," the last song of the album, because it's a really sweet love song with just an acoustic guitar and a string quartet, and piano, guitar and string quartet. And also the song before is called "The Night of the Falling Stars," because it's a song about dreams. When you see a shooting star, shooting star, make a wish, So, the story. Maybe there is also in Brazil.
Yes.
Okay, make a wish, shooting star. But how many wishes became true? Very few to me in your life, And so this is a song, it's a little bit sad song, because, it's about this kind of things, A shooting star, you make a wish, but the wish is not coming true. But you can love anyway, you can do a lot of nice things in your life, also without having the biggest boat or a luxury cars or whatever, So this is a song, and it's very personal. But every song is personal. But these two, to me, are more more from my soul, as I would say.
And many artists say that making an album teaches you something about yourself. What do you think you learn from Black
about
Rock
myself?
City?
Yeah, it's true. To me, it's true, because teaching about it's more to listen to each other, because we are talking about the relationship I have with Primiano. We were fighting sometimes, about artistic decisions, because it's not easy, But it's very important to listen to each other, to try to understand what, listen carefully, So this is it's a thing I bring back from the work we did together with Primiano, to listen to each other always.
And Black Rock City Live is going on, the tour, right?
Yes, we are trying to, of course, it's you have to play this album live, of course. It's our goal for 2026. Of course, we have a very, very tough schedule with Dire Straits Legacy, but we will be good to not to overlap the calendars. And I hope, I think we're gonna be in Brazil very soon, maybe close to the end of 2026.
That's so good.
We are gonna play maybe in a little venue, because we are not gonna be like Dire Straits Legacy venue. We are got more intimate and smallest venue, but we are gonna bring this music live, of 100%.
And what can the fans expect from these concerts?
To listen this album and some other songs, but not Dire Straits songs. I tell you, because I don't want to play Dire Straits songs in my solo tour, because I have a lot of songs to play, and so we can make a good concert without having any reference to Dire Straits, because I'm gonna play the Dire Straits songs in the Dire Straits Legacy tour. So that's it.
And Marco, to finish, if you could go back and say something to yourself in the beginning of your career, what would you say?
Tricky question, this one. It's not easy, because what I am doing with Dire Straits Legacy, it's my dream. Because it's a dream came true. Because Dire Straits was my favorite band, play with Alan Clark, with John Isley, with Phil Palmer, with Danny Cummings, with Mel Collins, with Jack Sony, with Pick Withers. It's a dream come true for me, and so it's I don't have any regret, I would say. I was following my dreams, and that's it. And what can I say to the people is this: follow your dreams, because sometimes, also without a shooting star, your dream can be true. That's
Thank you so much for these words, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon.
89, a Rádio Rock.